So my buddy Jake here, we tried to work on a different exercise that he wasn't quite responding to. So this is a different exercise, but it will help the same way. So what it is, this is the watch exercise. If you're interested in getting more information about this technique, it was written by my mentor, Karen London, who is a certified animal behavior expert. And she co-authored it. It's called Feisty Fido. Being feisty right now. So what I do is I have a handful of treats here. I'm going to keep them right here. I have one treat in this hand. I'm going to keep it here. Come here. Come. I want him sitting here right in front of me. Jake, come. Sit. Focus. Or actually, I'm sorry, that should be watch. 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 So if you notice, he's starting to look at my face faster. Watch. So every time I'm about to give it to him, I raise it so that it's between my eyes and his eyes. Watch. I'm starting to extend the length of time it takes before I deliver it. Watch. Watch. So the idea is you practice this exercise when there's nothing going around. It's really easy. All I have to do is sit there and look up at me and I get a treat. I mean, it can't be much easier than that. What you're seeing is he's already starting to look up at my face faster, but I'm not triggering him to do it. This is actually a classic example of not classical conditioning, but operant conditioning. So he does something, and then based on what he does, something happens after. When he looks at me in the face, he gets a treat. So what we want him to do is learn to look at me in the face, and then we're saying the word watch. Well, the next step, watch, is basically you want to go to a place. You could use memorial. What you want to do is find a place. Imagine that this is my field of vision, and over here there are trees. Over here there are trees. So I can only see the triangle that's right in front of me. What I'd like is a path, like a distance that direction. Now what I do is I would, you keep on practicing this in the house when there's no distractions, and then after a while we start doing it with the radio on, then with the TV on, then with people knocking at the door, and different things that are going on to make it more challenging. Then I would practice it in your backyard. So that there are different stimulations and different distractions. You want to gradually make it more and more challenging so that he can focus under distraction and duress. Then what we do is we go to a place where we can see a path where the people are going to be walking by with dogs. So what we do is we wait and we're looking in this direction. This is the path is going this way, the direction of traffic is going that way. We're watching here. As soon as you see through the trees that a dog's about to pop through with a handler, I turn down and I look at my dog. And I watch the dog and wait for the dog to look at the other dog. Now you want to make sure there's enough of a distance where your dog can react to that dog without freaking out. If your dog starts lunging and freaking out and you're too close, keep on increasing the distance until you can see a dog without reacting. The idea is that at that point, as soon as he sees the dog, because he'll be kind of just hanging out in the middle of it, as soon as he does that dip and locks in, you say, give him a half, at first you just say watch right away. And then he should turn up, and as soon as he does, you do watch. And he's going to turn and look back at the other dog. As soon as he looks, say watch. So we do it at home to get him conditioned that looking in the face is what watch means. Then we start assigning it. When he sees the dog, we give him the watch command, but because the other dog's at such a distance, he can accept it. And then what happens is eventually he's going to get to the point where he sees the dog. After you do it the first couple of times, then you want to say, when he sees the dog, wait about a half second before you say watch. Give him an opportunity to look up at you. But you want to do it about a half second after that. Then what's going to happen is he's going to start looking up at you when he sees another dog. Karen calls this the auto watch. The first time he does that, you should give him what's called a jackpot, which is a whole bunch of watch, watch. I would do like 10 treats in a row. I want him to go like, I don't know what I just did, but I got the mother load of treats. I'm going to do it again. And then we wait for, and when he does the auto watch, that should be like the highlight of your day. And then basically you keep on doing this at that distance until every time he sees a dog, he stops and looks up at you. The next step is to gradually start working closer and closer. So the next time you go to the same spot, but take maybe 2 or 3 steps closer to the trail and then practice at that distance until he's doing the same thing. And keep on doing this until you get to the point where the trail's a couple feet away from you, and every time he sees a dog, he looks up at you, and you're giving him the watch, the high value reward or reinforcer, and assigning the command word. So what this essentially is, turns out to is when I see another dog, instead of being aggressive or reactive to it, I'm going to sit down and look at my human and get myself a really good reward. That is how we practice the watch.